Hey guys, today I'm going to show you some foam rolling tips for runners. So go ahead and grab your foam roller and let's get started. All right, so first we're going to target our back. So we're going to place the foam roller vertical and you're going to lay down on the roller so that your sit bones all the way up to the base of your neck are supported. If you have a shorter foam roller, you can always stack a couple pillows underneath your bottom to help keep you more upright so that you're not just sagging your bottom down, creating a big angle on your back. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have both arms out in front towards the ceiling, and then you're going to lower them down to the side, working on just expanding the chest and that thoracic spine. And there's different variations you can do here. You can either just reach out, hold for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then come back up. You can also just hold it here and just rest, take some deep breaths. You can even rock side to side, stretching out one side at a time. And it's just helping to open up that thoracic spine. Do one more variation, however you like. Good. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and sit up. We're going to now target more our lower lumbar spine. So we're going to switch and have the foam roller more horizontal. Feet planted on the ground. You can have your arms across your chest, and then we're just rolling back and forth, just gently massaging that lower and mid back. Same thing, you can always tilt to one side if you're wanting to target more that lateral back. You feel a tight spot, feel free to hold it there for a few seconds. And relax. Next, we're going to go into targeting quads. So you have different quad muscles. To target more your rectus femoris, that muscle that just goes straight down in the middle of your quad, we're gonna go straight onto the foam roller. You can do this either 2 legs at once, or depending on the amount of hip range of motion you have, you can always do one leg at a time by placing your opposite leg out in front, like in a lunge. Again, depending on the amount of knee range of motion and hip, you might not be able to do this one. All right, and then to target more your lateral quads, we're gonna go, instead of going straight down, you're gonna go at an angle a little bit. So if we're doing our left leg, I like to say start off going straight down. You're gonna bring that right leg just out to the side to get it out of the way. Then you're going to tilt a little bit so you're at a diagonal. And then going up to around that front hip bone and down. So this is really gonna target more where your IT band meets that lateral quad, the vastus lateralis. And this, even if you're not a runner, this tends to get tight. So I will say too, foam rolling this area does tend to be a little tender. So feel free to adjust the amount of pressure that you place. Good, all right, and then let's repeat the other side. I'm gonna turn so you can see me. So one opposite leg out, going at more that diagonal. Again, if you feel a tender spot, feel free to hold it there for a few seconds. Take some deep breaths. Good. And now we're going to target more those inner thigh muscles. So that includes your inner quad, that vastus medialis, and some of those adductors. So to do that, I'm going to have, see how I want to do this. Yep. Opposite leg, so left leg out. Then you're going to have that right leg, inner thigh touching the foam roller. Just going in and out. Also, feel free to play around with it. Sometimes if you just go directly to the side, you're able to get a better angle. Real purpose here is just trying to find those tender areas. Just help those muscles to loosen up a little bit. Other side. And remember, those adductors actually attach all the way into your pelvic floor. So feel free to get close up to that groin when you're doing that foam roller. A lot of times we just focus on more that lower part of your adductors, which is still good, but you could be missing out on some of that proximal tightness if you avoid that. Good. All right, next we are going to go to our hamstrings and our glutes. So, foam roller, horizontal. You're gonna start off sitting on that foam roller. Now you're not gonna get as much of that trigger point release, so helping to relax those knots in the muscles when you're using a foam roller versus a lacrosse ball for the glutes, just because, you know, the glutes are a bulkier muscle, and so it's harder to really pinpoint those tender areas with this wider surface. But it's still good just for general mobility. And I like to combine the glutes and hamstrings just because it's easier. So you're going onto those glutes and then rolling down onto the hamstring. Still rotating your leg in and out to target all those different muscles. And let's switch sides. Good. Now we're going to move to our calves. Different ways to foam roll your calves. You could do, depending on your arm strength, you could do both at once. If you kind of press down, activate those lats, and go back and forth. If that's too much, you can always put one foot down and just focus on one calf at a time. And I like to combine calves and shin with a foam roller in this position. So simply externally rotating, bringing that leg out and get a good shin workout. Good. And I'm going to internally rotate my hip, bringing that in, getting a little of that posterior tibialis muscle. Then another way to mobilize that calf is have your leg on the foam roller, and then you're just going to be performing just some ankle pumps. So bringing those toes up and down. You can even bring it to different areas of the calf while doing that motion. Good, let's switch sides. So foam rolling, you can do this either before or after your workout. Before is a great way for it to be like a dynamic warm-up. Get some blood flowing to those muscles. Afterwards, it's really good as a cool down, helping just those muscles to relax. All right, I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think of this newer exercise format of me walking you through a series of exercises versus just one. Have a good day.